and welcome a little late to Fleece in TV. How are you today? All right, so tonight we've got actually some rather concerning news um, about some people have been abandoning their cars here in the Fleece Garden. Now that it's no longer being used. So, saddening. Yes. So, a little later in the programme, we're going to have time for a clock, and also it's a very special day if you're a gardener. We'll come back to that later. But first of all, we spoke with my friend Dan, who he lives in the village, right at the far end of the village, going out towards the Wolds of Cots down over there, and here's Dan and I having a little bit of a chat about the world of acting and actors.
So
A little spot in the corner.
I'm having a chat today with Dan Shipman-Toon, who is among many things is presently the director of the upcoming production of Hello Hello by Bad Theatre. So Dan, just tell me what made you decide to do that then.
Decide or press gangs? No. To be perfectly honest, it's a play that I'd done with an old drama group years and years ago. It's actually one of the first productions I ever did, way back in a long time ago, longer than I care to admit, really. And after A Christmas Carol, or during A Christmas Carol, actually, Alice was asking who'd be willing enough to direct something. And I said, well, I mean, I've directed stuff before, so I mean, I could probably find something to do. And after that, it was pretty much a done deal. So I kind of had to flap around and panic and find a script. And I thought Hello Hello would be a bit of light-hearted fun after Christmas Carol, which, whilst it was great fun to do, and really, really happy with how the show came together, and I think it's a phenomenal show. But something a bit more light-hearted and comedic, I think, was the order of the day. And it would have been a fantastic show to put on in the middle of the summer, but with everything the way it is, whether we actually put it on in the summer or not is sort of TBC.
Who knows? That's right. Well, I mean, just tell us what we're doing for rehearsals, given the fact that we can't meet.
Yes, it was pretty much the first rehearsal when everything sort of went a bit haywire and lockdown-y. So what we're doing at the moment is every week we are meeting by Zoom and rehearsing half by half. So we're doing sort of Act 1 week and then Act 2 the next week, which is garnering some hilarious results, some fantastic antics, and I have to say, from a few members, some phenomenal costumes coming on as well. People digging out the berets, the top hats, and all sorts. I can't remember there ever being a top hat in Hello Hello when I watched it, but we've got a few of those going on. So yeah, it's certainly an experience.
I would imagine it's akin to herding cats, really, trying to get us to behave ourselves. Hey?
I think that might be a bit easier herding cats. Trying to get the bad lot together to actually do anything. I feel as though it'd be much easier in the room with a teacher voice, but I've never been much of a teacher, so teacher voice doesn't really work at the best of times. Mine's not fantastic.
So you've been in the thespian arena for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I worked it out. It's about 15 years I've been acting for, so coming up to about half my life, which is quite a terrifying statistic. Mainly amateur stuff, just local Amdram groups. Where I came from originally, sort of South Oxfordshire way, I was part of 4 or 5 different groups. And I found that it was just such a fantastic way to socialise, and it sort of helped me bring out my inner confidence, as it were, because sort of when you're acting, you're not you, so it's much easier to just go on there and be the big I am, be the centre of attention without needing the confidence to do so. So it was quite a nice way of doing it, and it just kind of grew from there, really. And I don't think I could see my life without some kind of amateur dramatic shenanigans going on in some shape or form.
It's great fun, and I love it, I have to say. But you also you've been in a independently made film a year or two ago, didn't you? I believe.
Yes, yeah. Back in 2017, I think it was now, I spent 2 weeks on location down in Devon with a production company called Background Noise, filming House of Bricks, which coincidentally was released yesterday for a whole month. So that's available to view online at the moment. If you go to houseofbricksfilm.com, you can watch it for free because that's how generous we are.
But suffice to say, it's quite a difficult subject area, isn't it? I believe.
Yeah, to sort of break it down to the core concept, it takes fairy tale creatures or characters and brings them into a real world setting. So they're all obviously human and stuff. But it tackles some darker subjects. Yeah.
Welcome back. So, one or two. Margaret's watching tonight. Hello, Margaret. Jane's watching. Um, good evening. A little earlier today, I did a historic film special, which is known as Time for a Clock. It's time for a clock. So I'd spend just a few minutes talking to you about one of my favourite items here in the Fleece. This is a 1730s long case clock with a bird cage movement. So I'm just going to walk you around the clock, so to speak. First of all, if we open the door, as you can see, this is the pendulum ticking away there, and the weight that causes it to tick. So just pull it up a little bit. That's how we wind it up with this long chain. This clock needs winding up every day. It's got what they call a 30-hour movement. Now, what I'm going to do in a moment is take this cover off and show you the insides of the clock. What you can see, it's only got one hand. It's a single-handed clock. So at the moment, it's pointing across there. It's just gone 3 o'clock of the afternoon, and if it gets between 3 and 4, quarter past, a little quarter mark, half past, and a quarter to, this is in the days before there was any need to have accurate timekeeping, before the days of trains, and trains were the thing that stopped the single-handed clock being as popular. It done half confuse people, particularly kids. So you wonder where the other hand has gone. So I'm going to take the face off now. You can see you can open it there if you wanted to move the hand. It's a brass face, and these were. What happened was the movements were made in places like Birmingham and London, and then they were sold to cabinet makers who would make a clock to go around it. So if you just come around here, right the way around, you'll be able to see the clock is ticking. Very simple, beautiful movement, and some nearly 300 years later, still keeping perfect time. With the help of my very good friend Mr. Fletcher of Badsey, who looks after my clocks for me and has done for the last 17 years. So we're going to put that back on now. Keep it nice and safe. So that was time for a clock.
Night.
Just reading Jan's comment there, so it says, do you think you might recognise that clock? Actually, Jan, that one is the clock that was originally, and not the one that Clive very generously gave to me, which I love. And we'll be featuring on another Time for a Clock moment. Now, it's time for grass watch. And the grass at the Fleece is going into its full seasonal strength, I think. But Sarah, our friend Sarah Langston, sent us some pictures of her dad and his mate Jim out cutting their asparagus, doing that essential work of providing us with the grass, and also some lovely pics of the grass round and just some nice pictures of their barn, and they're really excellent. Very moody, I thought, very moody. Which brings us on to today's special day for gardeners, which is of course International Naked Gardening Day. Today is World Naked Gardening Day. Not sure many of you decided to take advantage of the opportunity to be in the buff, doing a little bit of weeding, a little bit of hedge trimming, that sort of thing. But don't forget, the day lasts until midnight tonight, so perhaps you might feel slightly more comfortable under the cover of darkness. Get out there, get in touch with your naked self and your beautiful garden. I'm off to take my tractor for a little ride now. Cheerio. There you go. Every fella should have a tractor, that's what I say. So that's pretty much it for tonight's Fleece TV. We're just going to be played out of the show this evening by our friend Sarah from Honeybourne, who's got an absolutely, in my opinion, beautiful voice, really lovely voice, and is going to do one of my favourite songs for us now. So, good night. Enjoy.
As gentle tides go rolling by along the salt sea strand, the colours blend and roll as one together in the sand, and often do the winds entwine to send their distant call, the quiet joys of brotherhood, and love is the Lord of all. The oak and wheat together rise along the common ground, the mare and stallion, light and dark, have thunder in their sound. The rainbow's sign, the blended flower, still have my heart in thrall. The quiet joys of brotherhood, and love is the Lord of all. But man has come to plough the tide, the oak lies on the ground. I hear the tyres in the field, they drive the stallion down. The roses bleed, both light and dark, the winds too seldom call, the running sands recall the time when love was the Lord of all.